Hi, my name is Nobel Chibuzor Igwe, and I'm another 40 CEO.
The African Renaissance. The concept that the African people and nation shall overcome the current challenges confronting the continent and achieve cultural, scientific, and economic renewal is here, with young men and women taking the lead. Some call them the new school heroes. We call them under 40 CEOs.
Nobel Chibuzor Igwe, popularly called Nobs by his friends, is a native of Umuomaku in Orumba South, local government area of Anambra State. He was raised in Aba in Abia State, where his parents live. Nobel Igwe is a graduate of Urban and Regional Planning from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. He also has a certificate in Entrepreneurship Management, which he acquired from Pan-African University. Nobel Igwe is the founder and chief executive officer of 360 Group. The most popular in the 360 Group is 360nobs.com. In 2009 was when Nobel Igwe started his company. Today, 360 Group is one of those going concerns that is soaring high very fast. 360 Nobs is a website on news and entertainment founded by Nobel Chibuzor Igwe. All right, welcome to Under 40 CEOs, Nobel.
Thank you.
All right, Nobel, you're a graduate of Urban and Regional Planning from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka.
Yes.
But all that I see you planning within this region, is how to make more money. Now, has your degree in any way influenced your business?
I would love to say yes. Because I grew up in a family where they say no matter what it is that you study in school, the only thing you need to know how to plan is how to plan for there to be food on the table. So, if there's food on the table, that means my background in urban and regional planning has really helped to put food on my table. I studied urban and regional planning, and the only time I actually practiced urban and regional planning was when I did my IT some years back in Lagos. And when I graduated in 2003, I switched. I went into aviation, and since then I haven't done anything planning. And basically, I have started doing events, sponsorship, aviation, everything I do. But the thing is, everything requires planning. And I think my background in urban and regional planning has helped me plan my ideas, has helped me be able to develop my ideas from small to big, from big to extra big, and from big to the point where I cannot manage it anymore. And that's what happens to cities. So cities grow smaller from the center to the periphery. So something applies to what I do.
Amazing.
Presently.
Now, you mentioned aviation.
Yes.
You worked with Virgin Nigeria at some point.
Yes.
You worked in advertising as well at 141
yes. Worldwide.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I see that you also picked up a certificate
Yes.
at the Pan-African University in entrepreneurship.
Yes.
At what point did you know that you were going to be an entrepreneur?
I don't think I knew the point it was. I think there was a point. So it's a small story. So I think it has to do with when I was working in aviation, it was interesting. It was Virgin Nigeria. I was in the call center. I had the best ever Virgin Nigeria first anniversary, and that moved me from the call center to the marketing to head events and sponsorship. I left marketing in 2008 to work on advertising. So I worked in advertising for how many years? Let me a few years. Then I left advertising to work for myself. But what had happened was one day I got my statement of account, and I realized that my advertising salary wasn't used to do anything in my life. It was basically for clothes, shoes, and going out and movies. And at that point, I was like, if I'm making this much money from outside of what I was doing as advertising, if I put every single thing that I've got into what I was doing for myself, then maybe I could make a lot more money. So that was exactly what I did. So I left advertising to work for myself, and I started the 360 Nobs. It was a Nobel concept, then now changed to 360 Nobs Limited, and like they said, the rest is history.
Okay, now I remember 360 Nobs launching with this huge celebrity-based campaign.
Yeah.
And it worked quite well. It was quite effective. But I know that you must have put in a lot into making that campaign work. How did you make that campaign work?
Things started at the same time as Bella and Nigel in the KG. They've been in the business way before we came into the business. But what had happened was, they've been in the business, they've done it a couple of years, and we're like, we need to come into this market. We need to come into this market not to play a second field. We need to come into this market and play big. And at that time, there was a huge recognition for Nigerian music and Nigerian talent. A lot of people have started listening to Nigerian music. A lot of people have started loving Nigerian music. And a lot of people who are based overseas used to follow Nigerian celebrities. And we're like, you know what? I'm friends with these people. Why can't I just tap into these people? Why don't I use these people to push my agenda? And I know a lot of people who used to be writers, the Banky W, LD, Lamy, MI. And I spoke to them to say, I don't need you to write every day. Write once in a week, write once in a month, but tell people who follow you that you write for 360 Nobs. Let your music come on 360 Nobs, interviews. I was friends with these people. I'm still friends with these people. We used to hang out. So why don't you just stop it at hanging out? Why don't you make it into fun and business for me? And they were all excited.
Now you got into first 10.
Yes.
And that was not by enticing these guys initially to come on your website.
No, it wasn't.
You
just
made
that,
sure that you provided something that made them stay. And that something must have been unique. What was your unique selling proposition at the time?
Thing is, right, whether you like it or not, a lot of people, most of the Nigerian news is Nigerian news. Like, if a dog beats someone, it's just dog. Everybody's going to report it like the dog beat someone. But the thing is, like, when I used to write for Bella Niger, I am someone who said my mind. I'm someone who try not to make you like me, is your opinion. You don't have to like me, you don't have to hate me. But the thing is, like, I have to tell you the way I feel about every single thing that I think I should have an opinion on. And some people like that. And I also studied what they call Memoirs of a Slush Kid, which was a personal diary on 360nobs.com. And between the years that I used to write, it was the hottest thing in Nigerian entertainment. I don't think anything has been hotter or has been hotter since then till date. And people loved it. People used to read it every Monday. And that kept people. We used to report music the way we felt about music. We used to report news the way we felt about news. We weren't friends with anybody for friendship. If LD does something wrong, we'll say LD messed up. If MI did something wrong, we'll say MI messed up. So people like that. People like the fact that I was friends with these people, but we weren't afraid to talk about these people. And that was unique. And people loved that. And so for people who come to 360 Nobs, that's what they enjoy. And we made sure that that's the blueprint. And even though I don't write as much as I used to write for 360 Nobs, people still come because the foundation has been laid in that way.
Beautiful. Now, you also own the delivery company.
Yes.
And I see that 360 is growing into this conglomerate,
Yes.
This group. Now, for 360 delivery, how and why did you start?
Thing is, like, growing up in Lagos, not growing up in Lagos, but like living in Lagos and doing business in Lagos, you find out that Lagos is too big. There's traffic. People forget things. People need things. People don't want to be in two different locations at the same time. People can't even do that. But the thing is, people need an errand boy. And that was what I sold to them. I said, we were going to be the errand boy. If you want something picked, send us. If you forget something at home, send us. If you need to do anything that you don't necessarily require to be there, send us.
Now, I know beyond this guy's forgetting stuff at home and you picking up and you doing errands, you actually have some corporate entities that you have, contracts with. Who are these clients?
Oh, these clients, varies from computer warehouse to the Fab restaurant to every single people that we work for. We have people who do cake, we have people who sell food, we have people who sell phones.
This is Under 40 CEOs.
Nobel Igwe is one of those individuals who translated their hobbies into a business and has displayed his ability to effectively launch businesses and guide them to profitability. You're good at starting businesses.
Thank you.
And there's loads of young people out there who are trying to move from that idea phase to creating a viable business. What sort of advice would you give to them on starting out?
Thing is, right, a lot of people think they want people to tell them what to do before they get to do what they have to do. But if you know what you want to do, you get how to do it. And let me even borrow the Martin slang where they say that a lot of people, you don't have to be one thing. You have one life, but you can do as many things you want to do in that one life. So basically, this is what it is. If you're a banker and you know how to make cake, there's nothing that stops you from making cake Saturdays and Sundays. And at some point in your life, you feel that you're making more money from making cakes. Then you leave what you're doing to start making cake. But so what I advise everybody who has interest in anything that they want to do outside of what they do currently is to pray. Put your legs and your hands in your idea. Be consistent and follow your dream. So people need to live their dreams. People need to think about things. People need to dream about things and actually get into doing those things they've dreamt about. So for any young people or young person that's out there that are trying to do something, don't just think about it. Sit up, do it, and be very consistent.
Living your dream is what you're doing, because from being a blogger,
yes,
you've now become an ambassador to Payport, to Remy Martin, a global brand, even Lagos Fashion and Design Week. How did you make that happen?
You know what's funny that you're asking me this? You know what is funny? Because as far back as probably 2007 or 8, I can't remember when it was in particular, you put me in the wrong way. Yeah, you did.
How so?
Yeah, like, you put me on the wrong way when you had the celebrity people or celebrities work for you for some fashion show. It was myself, Ibuka, and a couple of people. So if there's something that you saw that far back then there was something that I have that people are looking for. But I would love to think that it's consistent. A lot of people, consistency. A lot of brands have come to say the reason we're aligning with you or your values is because we've seen over years you've continued to do one thing that you love and continued to branch out different things while also maintaining the thing that you love the most. And that has also helped. So whether people, whether Remy Martin, for Remy Martins, what they've said, but Remy Martins, they said, I am a blogger, I do PR, I love fun, so like a phone engineer, and I do different things, but I have one life. So I'm making sure I live every single thing I want to do in this one life in the same way. So for people, they love my fashion, they think my fashion will sell their brand, which is also helping sell their brand. For Lagos Fashion and Design Week, they like the fact that I've been consistent over years, So I think about what I want to do, and I do it and leave it to the first, to the best. And so I think the brand see that. If you saw that back in the day, then maybe a lot of people are seeing the same thing. Exactly.
Okay, beautiful. I know you love to travel.
Yes.
How has travel and interacting with diverse cultures added value to your person?
Thing is, right, in my dialects, they say that Ofonye buru awo na snake ekoburu, meaning that one person that kills snake will tell people that he killed a python. Okay. So the thing is, when you are a local champion, you can think you're the best at what you do. So travel helps you to experience what other people are doing in different parts of the world. So when you think you've conquered one particular, business or what's event or anything, then you leave, then you travel. Then you see people are doing way better than you're doing. Like, go to events, you take a picture, you use the hashtag. By the time you go from the point you took the picture to where the venue, in terms of the venue, the picture has been printed and waiting to be given to you. So you go like, oh my God, so this can happen. So he keep thinking. Fashion-wise, you probably go to New York, you think, you have to wear a different pairs of jeans everywhere. See people who wear one pair of jeans, but they change the shirt and they always come up looking stylish. So the thing is, travel helps you to develop your mind. Travel helps you to get closer to God, because when you're traveling, you're praying, small turbulence, like, oh my God, and travel also opens up your idea of other people. So you get to see how people live, what people do, how you don't have to live in a big mansion to make an impact. So also see how people give. If you travel, you get to learn a lot, and travel helps. And I have to tell anybody, if you have opportunity to travel, so that if anything in time or in the future, when they say to you can't go anywhere, you'll be grateful that when you could travel, that you did travel.
Talking about travel, there's something that I refer to as the CEO journey.
Yeah.
Now, while on the CEO journey, I know you must have come across loads of challenges that have helped you become, who you are today.
Yes.
What are those challenges that you had to overcome?
Our decision about spending money and how much you don't have to spend. Let me just explain what it means. So as a CEO, you have to decide when your business account should have an ATM card. And when you should just travel with only your personal account. So the thing is, the best things of life are probably not in your neighborhood. So when you travel, you have to be able to make a decision to say, this is something I should get, and this is something I shouldn't get. You also have to be able to tell yourself, I need to also be able to travel to educate myself. So you don't also travel just for fun. And you also have to make a decision because of the people that you work with. So you don't just travel only for yourself. You make sure the people that you work with travel to develop their minds. So that way, you people are all almost like communicating on the same level. So you understand how you think. And once we are kind to each other, the result is always fantastic.
This is Under 40 CEOs.
Most businesses have a unique way of hiring, and a number of CEOs have a unique leadership style. I would love to find out more about what makes Nobel Igwe and his businesses tick.
Talking about these people,
Yes.
Human resources is a key element every business considers. I mean, in growing any enterprise, you have to take it seriously. How do you hire?
I hire mostly based on results. So it's not, I don't hire because of favor. I hire because you have a value to add. I hire because they bring in something to the table. I look around for people who add to the business. I look around for people who have something to give to the business. I look around for people who contribute to the business, because a lot of people think the business is just about one person. Business is beyond one person. So you have to think about people who look at your business as their own business, and not people who look at it as work. Because people who look at it as work, coming in the morning, leave in the evening, switch off their phones, don't do anything about work, don't come back to you to say, this is what I think if we do, we'll grow bigger. So, and the only way you can also know if you're hiring the right person is at the point of hiring to know what this person puts first: work, money, or the glam that comes with the work. So, but for me, for the person to be able to understand that beyond the glam, beyond the money, there's work to be done. And it's only the work that can provide us opportunity or the platform to live the glamorous life, or they have the kind of money that we want to have. So when hiring, you think about the person who think about your work as their own, because you want to look at them as your people and not people that work for you.
So what would you say is your leadership style?
My leadership style is laid back, fun, same level with everybody. There's no sir, don't call me sir, I wouldn't call you ma, let's talk about personal things if there's need to talk about personal things. I don't put any wall between people that I work at the same place with. It's a simple rule for me. So there's no Nobel's chair, there's no particular Nobel's table, there's no Nobel's toilet, there's no Nobel's balcony, there's no Nobel's pen or any of those things. It makes people feel that your people understand each other. People don't disrespect. A lot of people get it wrong, say, oh, they're going to disrespect you. It never comes into play. People need to think about your work as their work. People need to look at your work and say, this is what I'm doing for us. People need to think about working at your place as their place. So once you have that in place, so for me, it's a flat structure.
Okay, cool. Now tell me about your feelings as a leader.
My feelings as a leader, sometimes I trust too much, and in the sense that, like, let me give you an example where, like, for the delivery drivers who take the bikes or they take the cars home, and people come to tell me, oh, like, I saw somebody using your car to carry people, or, like, they're going home. So sometimes it's a bit difficult for me to say, bring the car, don't take it home anymore. Because I feel I want to be able to make people's life a lot easier, even though they're working for me. So I'm not big on confrontation. So if I cannot confront you, I just forget about it. So so my failure is also being able to trust people so much to say, you're an adult, you should know how to do this, and that's always come back to bite me. But there's no regret, because I've had more success than failures in that aspect.
How important is delegation to you?
When it comes to delegation, I'm not so big on it, because a lot of people come to ask me, oh no, but how come we don't have a PA? And because I end up doing what the PA will do, because I like to know this is what I've sent to do. I would like to know this is how the T has been crossed. I have to know this is my language in writing emails. So, like, sometimes when I see somebody reply my email, most times it ends up not sounding like me. So I'm not big on delegating people. What I'm big on is mostly choosing people who I think fit particular posts, so they can delegate to other people who are below. But I just like to be the guy who plays the good cop. So, like, in my business, I can tell somebody, oh, you know what, please, this person is not doing this work, and they say, talk to that person comes to me and say, you can do this work this way better. So I'm not big on delegation.
Okay, so what are the key skill sets that you think a CEO needs to possess to manage people properly?
You need to know what is working and what is not working. Yeah, I mean, you can't every morning drag the cow to the river to drink water, and the cow end up not drinking water. You not drag the cow back to the house. What happens is this: you need to know when to say, this is not working, and you cut your losses, and you go back. Every CEO should know that. Every CEO should know, what this, and every CEO should also say, what, these are trial period. These are the period when we don't expect something to happen. These are people who probably won't make any money. And like, this would be difficult for us to be able to break through. Every CEO should know who is important in an organization. And every CEO should never forget people who have been there from day one. Day one really matters when you had nothing. Don't be in a haste to push them out to get the glamorous people. Glamorous people don't last for long. They always move from one glam to the other. Yeah.
So what values are important, really important to you and your firm?
The thing is, the values are important to me and my firm is the values are important to me and home, family. How you treat people, it's all that matters to me. Like, how you treat people. Like, personally, I don't have an older person opening gate for me. I can never have an older driver. I don't know, I can't do that. But the thing is, like, how people treat people who they have more than tells me how they will treat their business, how they treat you if they have more than you do. But the values that we put in a firm is respect for one another, respect for company property, and the respect for what the company believes in. So basically, it's respect, the values, the mission, every single thing that will stand for, respect for the client, and know you want to do that every single time. So we don't have like Sai, don't have like Ma, but that doesn't mean people disrespect people. People originally know who is older than them in the company or who they report to, or who is the line of in the line of report. And that's important to me. So people need to treat people that they work with as their family and not as work, because collectively, that way we achieve set our results and goals.
Amazing. Now, what would you say is the biggest letdown in your career so far?
It's actually very hard for me to say this is the biggest letdown in my career, because I've always seen every letdown as an opportunity, and I've never tried to kind of mark this and say this is a letdown, I'm not going to get back to this. So I can't really point any particular thing I say is a letdown in my career. But what I could say is, like, there have been times when I've taken up on big projects that I probably wouldn't afford to finance at that time. Like I also mentioned to you, I've always self-financed every single thing that I've done. So you usually find a situation whereby, because of that, so you probably wouldn't be able to, at the time, you probably wouldn't be able to meet up financial obligations for that particular project you're doing. So you find that you have to take money from here to make sure this is moving. But in the long run, it also works. But you find out that you'll be hungry, you won't be able to settle some debts at that point. But there's never been like a big letdown to say, you know what, this was huge, and if I had known, I wouldn't have done this. There's never been that in my career, not even when I was working.
That's great.
This is Under 40 CEOs.
How does Nobel Igwe unwind? What is his fashion style? And what are those brands that makes him one of the leading fashionable men in Nigeria? I seek to find this out and more.
Okay, now I have a few quick fire questions for you.
Okay.
What do you love to eat?
Iba.
What do you love to drive?
A Mercedes.
How would you describe your style?
Futuristic and very personal, not ever following trend.
Okay, what brands do you love to wear?
Sarah.
What CEOs do you currently look up to?
Richard Branson. You don't have to wear a tie and suit to work to make an impact.
Cool. What's your favorite travel destination?
Umuomaku. That's my village.
Sorry, who? Where?
Umuomaku in Anambra.
Umuomaku.
Yes.
Did I get it right?
Umuomaku. Yes.
Umuomaku.
Yes, that's my village in Anambra State. Yeah, because there are mud houses. You can drink from water from a clay. You don't know when NEPA is coming. Yeah. Some of the roads are not tarred. You see red mud. It's amazing.
What's your favorite book of all time?
My favorite book of all time is Eze Goes to School.
What book are you reading right now?
Watching TV shows, something like I do a lot. So, like I said, I look at my TV shows as books. So, and I watch every single thing. Billions, Homeland. Oh my God, Homeland is the best thing after sliced bread and microwave.
Okay, lastly, I would like to know what makes you happy.
TV.
Thank you for coming on Under 40 CEOs.
Thank you very much. Yes, I hope to make it, like, when I get on that 50, I hope to be able to make it, like, but I mean, I'm very happy. And I must say to you, thank you very much. Like, when I mentioned to you about putting me on the wrong way, and that's an interesting aspect of my life where a lot of people who even didn't know who I was, but you gave me the opportunity, and you also gave me the opportunity to be able to speak to you at this time, and I'm very, very grateful for that. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome, and thank you again.
Thank you, sir.
All right, then.
Okay.
All right.
Hi, my name is Nobel Chibuzor Igwe. You too can be an Under 40 CEO.